So, I think so. Hold on one second. Let's get our let's get our stuff here rolling. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeesh. All right. We're just chilling here. Chilling like villains.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day.
Yes.
Happy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Tuesday.
Tuesday all day. Tuesday. Yes, sir.
It's Tuesday all day.
Tuesday all day.
Yes. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hope you guys had a wonderful Monday. And I hope you guys are having an even better Tuesday. And I hope you guys have an even better Wednesday. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeesh. Hope you have an even better all the days. You know what I mean? All the days.
All the day.
Just getting ourselves all set up here. You know how we do. Yeesh. Just getting ourselves all set up. All right. All right. Let's see here. Let's get ourselves started. Let's get ourselves set up. We're just getting ourselves all set up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, all set up. Yeesh. All right. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? And ladies and gentlemen, by the way, if you want us to look at a certain stunk, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put it in the chat. Yeesh. Right now, we're just doing our thing. You know how we do. Alright, just getting everything up. I'm ready to go. Boom. There we go. Okay. Yeesh. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. Okay. Alrighty, alrighty. Just getting ourselves set up here. Getting ourselves set up all over the place. You know how we do. Alright. Alright, alright. Okay. Alright, there we go. Get everything all set up over here. Boom. Yeesh. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Ring that bell icon. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get a share party up.
Share it up. Share it up. Let's see what we got going on. What we got going on? What do we have going on over here? Alright. Let's see here. Alright. What the Alright. Alright, alright, alright. There we go. Let's just share this on the YouTubes. Yeesh. Okay. All right. There we go. Yeesh. Let's see. All right. All right. There we go. Let's make sure we're live on X. Yes, we are. Good, good, good. All right. All right. Let's make sure. Good. Looking beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There we go. All right. Get ourselves all set up over here. Boom. All right. Let's see over here. Bop. Right there. Okay. Send that. Make sure that we're looking good in here. Yes, we are. Good, good, good. All right. All right. And then, of course, let's make sure we are looking good on the Twitch side of things. Are we good on Twitch? Yes, we are. We good on Twitch? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right. Good. Looking good there. Audio's working. Good. All right. Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going because we already called 3 baggers.
Share it with everything and everybody.
Yeesh. Yeesh. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. All right. All right. Okay. There we go. Boom. Okay. Bop over here. Come on now. Come on now, Facebook. Don't be a pain in the butt. Don't be a pain in the booty. Come on now. There we go. There we go. Right there. Instagram. And then let's get ourselves all set. All right. And yeah, there we go. All right, let's get this started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this started. Let's get this started.
Yes.
All right, hold on. Let me just make sure it goes through on Facebook. Come on now. And yeah. All right. Ready.
Yes.
What's up, guys? It's Double Nicks, and welcome to another episode of Microcap Mornings. I am your host with the most. They call me DBL Nicks in the house, a.k.a. the Rainmaker. And I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around in the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees, sometimes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes RBs, they have the meats. Other times she likes videos of puppies and kitties. You know how she do. You throw her in the stock market, she finds them ABCDs. And by the way, she called TRIB, which ran 45%, but now we call a bunch of higher ones, but you know, it just rhymed. So you know how it goes. We call her DBL Moms. Yeesh. Yeesh. Say hello to the people, DBL Moms.
Hello to the people, DBL Moms.
Hello, hello. There we go. There we go, there we go. Yo, yo, yo. See what I did there? Yeesh. All right. let's see here. All right. Let's get ourselves set here. Ooh, let's make sure this goes through. Pop right there. All right. Okay. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing right now. We are currently getting ourselves involved in the stunks over here. ONMD, by the way, is up a nice 107%. It's another bagger of the day. Wow, we stepped in the building already. We're getting baggers. Let's go. Hey, sometimes it be like that, man. Sometimes it be like that. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share. Because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell ya. Yeah. So that's what we got going on. All right. So we called quite a few baggers today. We called this morning NA, which ran up 207%, NKTR, which ran up 167%, INM, which ran up 111%, and ONMD, which ran up a nice 115%. And we called all that for our private Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, we called it for our private Discord before they ran up like crazy. Before they ran up like crazy. Yes, sir. ONMD ran up a nice 115%, ladies and gentlemen. You saw that rocket moving up. Now it's forming a bit of a top tail. We don't like the top tails, DBL moms. We like the bottom tails. We like the bottom tails. The RSI, it seems to be a little bit high on the RSI, but could it continue to curl? Maybe. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look at the float for the schnuck. It's 10.79 million. Volume is 23.23 million. So the volume is a lot higher than the float. The float is a little bit heavy, little bit, but not crazy, right? And it has news that it filed number one an 8K, which also means that it had some insider buying news as well. And then to top it off, you had One MedNet announce an additional 3.7 million in funding in private placement transactions and approximately 11 million in reductions in liabilities. So they basically got some additional funding. They got some funding, they got good volume, they got good news, they got a good float. I mean, hey, this stunk is running up 115%. Has to keep going. Let's get some graffiti pencil activated. Let's get the graffiti pencil activated over here. All right, so let's see what we got. Bop over here. All right, boom and boom. Okay, so let's see here. All right, number one, you got a couple of support lines over here. You got 34 cents, 42 cents, 49 cents, 54 cents, 59 cents, and then 65 cents. Has to break that extra 74 cents over there for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. It is above the VWAP. It is a bit overbought on the RSI. A little bit of a top tail over here, but can it continue to curl? Maybe. It has to continue to curl. That's what it needs to do, ladies and gentlemen. So ONMD has some good news, has a good float. Volume is higher than the float, which is good. All right. And, of course, the ONMD is up 115%. So we shall see what happens there. Next up, let's see. Well, so let's keep an eye on it right now for real quick. Again, it has to hold the 65-cent resistance support line over there. Has to break through the 74-cent resistance line for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it is. Yes, sir. You know how it is. Yes. All right. Yes. So that's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. We're just chilling over here, having a good old time. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I know you see this lovely, beautiful scanner over here with the change in percentage points, whether the percentage has gone up or down, the time in which it was scanned, the stock ticker itself, the price, the volume, and the float, as well as clickable links that show everything there is to know about the stonk. All you got to do is click on them and you get the news, you get all that fun stuff, you get the chart, you get all that cool stuff. You get to look at all that just by clicking the links over here. Click it good. All right. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you do. That's what you get right there. And then, of course, you also got this beautiful news desk over here, this newsroom
Mm-hmm.
that shows obviously the title of the article, which is clickable. You could actually click into it and get into the article fully. You get a nice little couple of paragraphs from the article, and then you get the tickers that are affected by the news in said article. Yeesh. So you get the tickers that are affected in there as well. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going up in here. Let's get a share party going. Share it with your mom. Share it with your dad. Share it with your brother, your sister, your cat, your dog, whatever you got.
Whatever you got.
Wolverines. I don't. Actually, I wouldn't recommend.
Fly. You can share it with them lots of times. They got lots of eyes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a fly that flew in here from outside a while ago, like a little while ago, right? I was eating dinner, right? And it landed right on the pot of food. It didn't land in the food, thank God. It landed on the pot, and then started rubbing its little things together. You know those little. You know the times when it rubs it like its little. What do you call those? Hands, legs? Hand legs? I don't know. I don't know. I was rubbing them together, and I'm saying to myself, "What are you planning, you evil little turd?" I don't know what he was planning to do, man. Look, when they rub those little thingies together menacingly, I'm like, oh, what you got planned over there? What you doing? What you doing? Do I have to call the police? I don't know, man. I don't know. They plotting. Those things are plotting, man. I swear. I swear. There's a plot to overthrow the planet somewhere in there. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. Those flies, man. Them flies, they do that. They do that stuff, man. It's crazy. Gotta keep an eye on them. All right, let's see here. All right, but yeah, so far ONMD. Oh, steep drop on ONMD. Not liking that too much. It did have a nice run up, 115%, but again, it was a bit overbought in the RSI. Now it's neither overbought or oversold. It had to collapse down to not be so overbought or oversold, and had to respect that over there. So right now it's meh. Not looking too schmexy. Let's see what else we got. What else do we have over here? Let's see. SKYE. We could try checking that one out. Why not?
It came up and went back down. I mean, it was up 42%.
Let's see. Yeah, I highly doubt SKYE has the volume. Let's see. Let's see what their floating volume is for SKYE. Float is 21 million. Volume is 1 million. Nah. It does have some news. It has some news that's a little, I shouldn't say dated. It was like put out a couple hours ago. It was put out at 2:30 Eastern time. That Prism midday, yesterday. So it's pretty old actually. It's pretty old. Not interested. Not schmexy. Let's take a look at NA. Let's see what NA is doing, because NA is doing okay. I mean, it ran up a nice 207%. I'll give it to you. I'll give that to you right there. You know what I mean? That's what they did over there. And by the way, we called quite a few baggers today. We called 4 baggers today, and then we called a couple of other baggers yesterday. Again, we called NA, which ran up 207%. We called NKTR, which ran up 167%, ONMD 115%, and INM, which ran up a nice 111%. So we called 4 so far today. The day is still young. Of course, we stepped up in the building and things started running. You know how it be. All right. And then, of course, you got 8 baggers that we called yesterday. We called 8 baggers yesterday. We called yesterday HCAI, which ran up 101%, TMDE, which ran up a nice 103%, CDTX, which ran up a nice 113%, CURR, which ran up a nice 118%, OP, which ran up a nice 142%, INDP, which ran up a nice 148%, ECDA, which ran up 196%, and IBIO, which ran up 437%, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what they had going on over there. That's what they had going on. As for NA, let's get some support and resistance lines going over here for NA. Let's see what they got. What do we got? What do we got over here? Bop. All right. And a bop. Meet. There we go. All right. So let's see what we got here. First things first, we got support at 1065, 1581, 1986, 2271, 2555, and 2971 over there. And of course, you got some resistance at 3476. So, in order for this stonk to continue to be schmexy,
Yes.
it has to curl upward and stay above 2907, break through 3476 for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. You know what I mean? Has to make itself so much schmexy to me. But let's get some lines over here. Let's get some graffiti pencil. Bop. All right. So first things first, we had a nice run up over here. Okay. And then, of course, let's get some paths over here. Boom. All right. You got a slight descending wedge over here, and then you got a slight curl over here. But it has to continue to curl for it to be so much schmexy to me. Again, has to stay above 2907 and break through 3476 for it to be so much schmexy to me. It was a bit overbought on the RSI earlier throughout the day. It was a bit overbought. Then it proceeded to not be overbought or oversold. Now it's just a little bit overbought on the RSI, but it is what it is. Currently, it's trying to curl a little bit. Again, it's also a little bit expensive too at $30.80. But it does have some news. Has some news that Nano Labs announces $500 million in U.S. dollars in convertible notes private placement for BNB Treasury strategy. They unveiled their $1 billion BNB acquisition plan with a $5 million notes deal. And then they also got a Form 6K as well as some insider buying news, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what they got going on. That's what they got going on. Let's take a look at the float for this stunk. The float for this stunk is 5 million. Volume is 8 million. So it does have a better volume, a higher volume than it does a float. That's always good. All right. Has to continue to do that. Has to continue to keep curling up. I saw it try to make a nice little green candle. It's just got to keep moving. Has to keep moving and grooving, ladies and gentlemen. Has to keep on keeping on in order for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Yes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Yes. Yeesh. All right. But yeah, let's get a share party going. Let's share it up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's share it up. Let's get to 300. Let's get to 300. All right. Let's see here. Let's check out ERNA. Let's see what they got going on. ERNA. All right. Not a lot of support or resistance lines there. Not a lot of up and downs there. Not a lot of, it's got a lot of indecisive wicks, and it's got a lot of top tailing going on so far. But it's up 27%. But I have a feeling it's very low on the volume. Let's take a look at the floating volume over here. 2.01 million. Volume is 94,000. Not looking schmexy there. Not looking schmexy in terms of volume. It has news that Ernexa Therapeutics secured a $6 million in second closing under securities purchase agreement. So it's got that going on. But not very schmexy to me. Not very schmexy to me. You know how it is. Do you know how it is? All right. So ERNA did have a small little run up, but other than that, not a lot going on. A lot of indecisive wicks. And it is overbought as well. It is very much so overbought. A lot of top tails. Not schmexy to me. Not schmexy. All right. Let's go back to NA. Let's go back to NA and see what they got going on. NA. Boop. There we go. Let's see here. Let's see. I mean, currently NA is up a nice 175%. Oh, let's refresh this over here. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. So currently, right now with NA, not looking too well. Right now it's trying to curl. It's trying to curl up here. Right? It's trying to curl. It has to break that 34.76 mark for it to be so much mexy. Again, a little expensive for a stock, but it is what it is. It's fine. It is what it is. NA is currently up 182%. Can it continue to curl? Can it curl? I mean, it looks like it's trying to. It's trying to. All right, it looks like it's trying to move upward now. It looks like it's trying to move upward, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man. I mean, it looks like it's really trying to move upward here. But it's just got to keep on with that volume there. That volume. All right? Yeesh. Frenzy asks for MAAS. Let's take a look at MAAS for you, Frenzy. Let's see. Let's see. Good morning, Frenzy. Hope you're having a good day, brother.
Morning,
Let's see what
Frenzy.
we got. All right. So, a lot of consolidation here at MAAS. All right. A lot of consolidation. All right. Not going to lie. All right. It is above the VWAP, though. That's a good sign. It is above the VWAP. Not overbought or oversold in the RSI.
Right.
However, number one, this is a China stock. China stocks tend to be very, very sporadic. But number two, it's down 44%. So you got that going on. And number three, the float is extremely high at 271 million.
Ow.
Yeah, and the volume is 206,000. So not very schmexy.
Yeah.
It is above the VWAP, and it's not overbought or oversold, but the float is extremely high at 271 million and change, and the volume is extremely low at 206,000. So not looking too schmexy, not gonna lie. It's a China stock, very sporadic, a lot of consolidation. Not something that I particularly find schmexy in my opinion. Not schmexy to me, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's check out something else. Let's check out something else over here.
Okay.
What else do we have? What else do we have? Let's see. NA, we'll go back to NA for now. Yeesh.
Here we go.
NA. Currently, NA is still trying to curl up a bit here. And it came out with a prospectus Rule 424, Form 424B3. That's what just came out literally about 10 minutes ago or so. Little more than 10 minutes ago. A little over 10 minutes ago. That's when it came out over there. Yeesh. So, that's what they got going on. They filed a Form 6K, and then after that, they proceeded to file a Form 424B3. So, they got that going on over there. That's what they got going on right there. We'll see what happens with the stock, but right now, it currently has to try and hold above the 2907 mark, break through that 3476 mark for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Let's see about CERO, because CERO just popped up a little bit. Let's see what we got. And not a lot of decisive wicks on this one. Not looking too schmexy. It's up 20%. 20%. Doesn't have any news. Let's check on that float and volume. The float is 488,000. Volume is 42,000. Not looking schmexy there because the volume is a lot less than the float. It's also got a lot of indecisive wicks. Not a lot of... It's not overbought or oversold, and it is above the VWAP, but it is not schmexy in terms of volume. The float is very low, so it could be very sporadic. So it's one of those things where it's like I'm gonna look at it and be like, not liking it at all. Let's see what we got here. Let's go back to NA. Actually, let's check out IBIO. IBIO. Okay, all right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. All right, 38% up. IBIO has some news that IBIO and Astral Bio unveiled an obesity program with novel amylin agonist antibody demonstrating promising in vivo results.
Yes.
And 3 biotech innovators, IBIO, Nectar, and Immunic, poised for market-moving news. And then after that, some insider buying news came up. Now let's check out the float. Float for this stunk is a nice 16 million, pretty high, but the volume is higher at 37 million. So I'm liking that. I like that the volume is a lot higher than the float. I'm liking that a lot. All right. IBIO currently up 45% though. Currently up 45%. It looks like it's trying to curl up real nice. Let's see. Let's get some support and resistance lines up here. Let me get some support and resistance lines over here. All right. All right. Boom. All right. There we go. Let's get ourselves all set over. Yeah. Boom. And up. Keep going. Keep going. Hey. Keep going up. All right. Now let's move this over here so I could extend this over to Mia. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, beautiful. Okay, so you got some support and resistance lines over Mia at, you got support at 70 cents, 86 cents, 99 cents. Right over there. All right, and then after that, you got resistance points at $1.08, $1.17, $1.28, and $1.45. So it has to hold above 99 cents, break through 108, break through 117, 128, and then 145 for it to be somewhat schmaxy to me. But right now, it looks like it's trying to test that 108 line over there, and it looks like it's trying to break it a little bit. IBIO now up 50%, so we'll see what happens there. So we shall see what happens there.
Yes.
And let's get a share party going, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Share it up, share it up, share it up. Yeah.
We need to get 300.
Yeah,
300. Let's get to 300.
300.
300.
Yes.
Market's hot.
Yes. Hot, hot, hot.
And we got the tools to deal with that.
I know you see that scanner.
I know you see all those beautiful things.
Yes.
Beautiful
Look
colors
at
there.
them beautiful colors right there that keep you awake. Yes.
Yes.
Good morning. Yes. The types of colors that say good morning, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
know.
By the way, a little fun fact about the scanner: when it's pre-market, it changes. You know, it's one color. When it's regular hours, it's a different color, and then when it's after hours, it's a different color.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Pre-market and
regular hours and
regular
after hours.
And after hours.
Because we analyze all three.
Wow.
Yes. We analyze pre-market, regular hours, and after hours, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we do.
Yes, sir. Wow.
And of course, this beautiful scanner that we have custom made for the server for our lovely peeps over here has a couple of nifty little features. Number one, it has clickable links over here for the stonks that we are currently looking at on the scanner, right? Like for example, it has info on NA, NKTR, INM, etc. All you got to do is click one, and then bop, it shows you exactly everything that's going on in that stonk. It shows the chart, it shows the float, the volume, all that good stuff.
Oh, boy.
Right? Then of course you get the percentage change over here. It shows how many percentage points the stonk went up. It shows the time in which it was scanned, which normally is like every minute, right? And then it shows whether the stonk went up or down. And currently what it's doing right now, is it in a downward trajectory? Is it in an upward trajectory? Who knows? Then you got the stonk over here with the ticker. If the ticker is green, that means it's going up. If it's red, it means it's going down. You know how it works. And then after that, you also got the price over here. You got the volume and you got the float, ladies and gentlemen. But not only that, you get access to the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful real-time ticker tape, which basically is our real-time alerts and scanners right there. It's basically it's a ticker tape. You know, you take a look at it, boom. All right, it's showing the stonks that we're looking at that are moving. You know what I mean? Yeesh. And then of course you got the news over here, which gives you the title of the article, right? And then also gives you a small, brief couple of paragraphs about what it says in the article. You could actually click into the article if you really wanted to check out the full news, and it shows the ticker that's being affected by said news. Ain't that something, DVO moms? Yeesh. Yeesh.
That is cool.
So yeah, let's get a share party going.
Yes.
What are you waiting for?
Share it, share it, share it.
Be sure to check out that 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for only $1.99, ladies and gentlemen. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you.
The Benjamins.
Yes, the Benjis, yes.
Yes.
Yes. The Benjis, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going, man. Come on.
Let's do that.
Currently, IBIO has to hold above 99 cents, break through that $1.08. It broke through it temporarily, has to keep going. It is a bit below the VWAP, though. It is a bit below the VWAP. Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay. I wanted to make sure that the headset didn't die on me. That would suck. That would suck. Yeah, yeesh. Let's see what else we got over here. What else do we have? Let's see. Float. That one doesn't look schmexy. Let's see what else we got over here. Let's see. All right, while we're waiting for IBIO to do its thing, hopefully.
Yeah, it's still, the
Hopefully.
still above the float. It's going up.
Yeah, the volume is still above the float. I mean, the volume is 40 million, float is 16 million, so the volume is a lot higher than the float.
Yeah.
Yeesh. So that's what you got going on there. Let's take a look at NA. 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 Let's see what they got going on. Currently NA is doing what NA things basically at this point. It's just doing NA things. All right, it's just doing NA things at this point. All right, yeah. Yeah. Boom and boom. All right. Yeesh. So, currently NA shot up really nicely, made a bit of a pennant over here, shot up a little bit off the pennant, and then proceeds to make another pennant, and looks like it's trying to curl up off that pennant, has to hold that 29.07 mark, and then break through that 37.76 mark for it to be somewhat schmaxy to me. LaShonda F says DSS. Hello, LaShonda. All right, let's take a look at DSS. Let's see what we got going on here for DSS. All right. DSS. Not a lot going on in terms of volume. Actually, I shouldn't say that. The float is 2.81%. 2.81 million. The volume is 2.25 million. So the volume is a little bit less than the float, right? But as of now, a lot of indecisive wicks. Not a lot of decisive wickage going on over there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the news for the Stonk. The Stonk does have news that DSS Inc. subsidiary Impact Biomedical Inc. announced a strategic merger. So it does have merger news. That's some good news. I like the good news. All right. Yeah. But the volume needs to be a bit higher, in my opinion, because the volume is lower than the float. The float is 2.81 million. Volume is 2.26 million. So not looking too schmexy there in terms of that. It is up 0.01%. So not up a lot. And it looks like it's even kind of going down a little bit. So, again, it needs some volume. It's below the VWAP. It was overbought earlier in the morning. And it looks like it formed a bit of a double top over here. Boom, right over there. You see that? Double top right there. Down. And then maybe, hopefully, it could potentially curl. But, right now, it's not looking too schmexy or too promising at the moment, ladies and gents. Not looking too schmexy or promising, but we'll see what happens with it. We shall see what happens with it. Maybe the volume goes past the float, and we could probably, hopefully, maybe see some momentum. But we'd have to, but as far as right now, it's in my opinion. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. Yeesh. Merger with the same company as IBIO. Yes, it does have merger news. So hopefully that brings it up a bit, man. I hope so, LaShonda. I hope so. I mean, it does have some.
ONMD is moving.
Yes, ONMD is moving.
Needs volume, but it looks like it wants to go.
It looks like it wants to go someplace.
All right, let's take a look at ONMD.
Another one?
Can we potentially get another one? Let's see.
ONMD was
86%. It was already a bagger at 115%. It looks like it's trying to bounce back up though. Yes. Well, you know what it is. It had a bit of a double top over here. Right. Hang on one second. LaShonda says thanks. No problem. No problem at all, LaShonda. No problem. Let's see. Had a bit of a double top over here, then proceeded to go down, and then made a double bottom over here. So very interesting. Very interesante with this movement. But let's see. It looks like it's trying to curl back up right now. Right? Had a bit of a move upward over Mia, bop, and then after that proceeded to make another bit of movement over Mia. So it made a nice little move downward. Hit that little point of resistance over there, and it looks like it's now trying to curl up. Has to break through the. It just broke through a couple of levels over here. Broke through 54 cents, 59 cents. Has to break through 65 and go through 74 for it to continue to be really, really schmexy to me. ONMD has a float of 10.79 million, volume of 51.23 million. So the volume's a lot higher than the float. I'm loving it in that regard. Loving that. All right. And also has some news that currently there is a insider buying news in the form of a Form 8K, and then it also has news that One MedNet announces an additional $3.7 million of funding in private placement transactions and approximately $11 million in reductions in liabilities, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what they got going on there. That is what they got going on there. So yeah. Currently made a bit of a double top over there. Went down off the double top, made a double bottom, and now looks like it's trying to curl back up. Has to break that 65 cent mark, hold on that 59 cent mark. Has to hold the 59 cents, break through 65, and then break through 74 for it to be somewhat schmexy to me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yes, sir. So that's what they got going on. That is what they got going on, ladies and gents. Yeesh. Currently, we are just chilling watching this right now. We are just chilling watching this. Right? And ladies and gentlemen, of course, we called quite a few baggers today. Let's get a share party going.
Yes.
We called ONMD earlier, and it ran up a nice 115%. Can it continue to curl and break through that? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. All right. But ONMD hit 115, INM hit 111, NKTR 167, and NA 207%, ladies and gentlemen. And we also made a video last night on PSTV, which ran up 52%. So we actually made a video on that. You guys can check that out by going to the YouTube channel. But, yeesh. Currently, that's what we're doing here. We're currently chilling out, relaxing, all cool, and shooting some b-ball outside of my school. I'm not going to sing the rest of the song because then I'll probably get copywritten. But you know what I'm talking about. If you ever seen The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, come on now.
Oh my.
That was a good show. That show was iconic.
Yes.
It was.
Uh-huh.
That one and Drake and Josh, at least for the early 2000s. The early 2000s, definitely. Oh, yeah. Totally.
Yes.
Most definitely. Come on, DBO Moms. You got to agree.
I like
Yeesh.
it, Josh. That was nice.
Yes. Let's get a share party going.
Share party, everybody.
Share it up, share it up, share it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeesh. It looks
Share
like
it to your mom, your dad, your cat, your dog.
NKTR looks like it's moving.
Your pet piranha.
All right. Let's check out NKTR because NKTR looks like it's trying to curl a little bit too. So let's see what they got going on. NKTR looks like it was moving up 119%. Looks like it's going back down a little bit, but it did have a gap over here, over there. So let's see what we got going on over here. Let's see what we got right there. Little bit of a gap over here. Has to break through this little pennant over here. It fell below the VWAP. However, it was a bit overbought on the RSI earlier, but then went back down.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's doing that thing right now. It's up 116%. Has some news that Resolve add phase 2B study of Respegaldesleukin. Respegaldesleukin
It's a treatment.
meets primary and key secondary endpoints in patients with moderate to severe atopic dermatitis.
Yeah.
Atopic dermatitis, excuse me, not atropic.
Yes.
And then, of course, there's also the insider buying news with a Form 8K. And then Nectar surges as lead asset succeeds in mid-stage trial for eczema.
Which is probably that thing we just read.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why did they just say that
I don't know.
instead of just like making a bunch of big
yeah.
words? All right. The float for this stock is 11.76 million. However, the volume is lower than that at 4.64 million. So the volume is lower than the float. Not liking that too much, ladies and gentlemen. Has to break that pennant for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. But otherwise, it's man. Let's check out. Let's go back to our lovely ONMD. ONMD. Come on now, ONMD. Yes. Has to break through the 65-cent mark. Hold at 59 cents for it to be so much schmexy to me. Yes. All right, let's see here. Currently we are just chilling here. We're taking a look at the lovely scanners. Yes. Of course. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we called earlier this morning INM, which ran up a nice 111%, ONMD, which ran up a nice 115%, NKTR, which ran up a nice 167%, and then NA, which ran up a nice 207%. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just made different. Let's get a share party going. Let's share it up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's share it up. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Currently, we are just chilling here, watching ONMD. Has to hold above that 59-cent mark and break through 65. Has to do that, ladies and gentlemen. Has to do that for it to be somewhat schmexy for me. Otherwise, it's man. You know what happens when the stunk gets man. We get bored. We get bored. We do. Yes. So, has to break through, has to hold that 59-cent mark and break through 65 cents on ONMD.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at NA, because NA looks like it's trying to do something right now a little bit. NA looks like it's trying to curl off the pennant. Over here. Let's get the graffiti pencil activated. Bop over here. It broke through that Resistance point at 29.07 has to break 34.76 for it to continue to be schmaxy, but right now has to hold 29.07 and continue to keep going up, ladies and gentlemen. It has to keep doing that. Right now it's leaning towards being a bit overbought, which is fine. Whatever it is, what it is. But.
But. What about it?
It's currently up, so you know. Hopefully, it continues to go up from there. You know what I mean? Hopefully, it continues to go up from there. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. We also had some other runners this morning, little baby ones, nothing major, right? You had WFF, which was 41%, ADIL, which was 48%, TRIB, which was 45%, SMTK, which was 51%, PSTV, which was 52%, and IBIO, which was 84%. PSTV, we did a video on last night, ladies and gentlemen. Did a video on that one last night. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Give it a share. Give it a share party. Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Share it up. Share it up, ladies and gents. Let's go. Let's go. All right. There we go. Yeesh. So we're just chilling right now.
Yes.
That's what we're doing right now. We are just keeping an eye on the stunks. NA does have a bit of a top tail. We don't like the top tails. DBL moms are like the bottom tails.
Bottom tails, please.
Has to keep going, man.
Need that.
Has to keep going. I want them green tails, not them red lobster tails going down.
Red lobster tails.
Actually, low key, I'm kind of craving those biscuits from Red Lobster. Ever had those? Ever had those?
What,
the biscuits from Red Lobster. Yeah, those things are good, man.
They are good.
Those
cheese.
Look, those things are like crack. I'm not gonna lie, they're like crack.
They really are.
They're so good.
Seasoned just nice, and they got just the right amount of moisture in them. They're really good.
Oh
They're
Lord.
Good.
If I find,
Just pop them all day. Those things.
oh, I'll be big back by the time that's done. No. We can't have that now.
Can't have that. Oh, no, we can't have no all
We
time.
can't have. Look, if I pop all those in my face, I'm on some big back activity. But you know what? At the same time, when they're hitting me with the clear, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I've won, but at what cost?
Oh dear.
Mm.
Oh, dear.
I've won, but at what cost? Well, I mean, yeah, the cost was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It do be like that sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. It do be like that. It's like when Gabriel Iglesias once said, you live by the cake, you die by the cake. You know, a little chocolate cake, clear.
Oh no. Don't do that.
I mean,
Don't do that now. No.
I'm just saying,
No.
he wasn't wrong.
Don't do it.
I don't condone what he did there. I don't condone eating that much food.
No, that's ridiculous.
But at the same time, I kind of understand.
It's good, but you can't eat all that.
Some good big activity. I'm just saying.
No. Okay.
Hey, look, it be like that, man. It do be like that sometimes. Let's go back to ONMD.
Let's go back to ONMD.
You know, every time I see a red candle, you know what I think? I think of Red Lobster. I don't know why.
Don't do that.
You know what it is, man. I probably need some breakfast. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. Okay, all right. Let's get a share party going.
Share party, everybody.
All right, ONMD currently up 92%. Let's see what we got over here. 93%. Come on now. ONMD had a nice high of 115. It looks like it's trying to curl.
Hello.
It's trying to curl. Come on now. Alio. Come on now.
You wanna come to the party or no?
Come on.
Hello.
Come on. Yeesh. I'm just chilling here, looking at this stunk right now. 96%, 97%, 98. Come on. Let's go. 98. Break through that 98. Come on now. Come on, break that. Snap that 98 like a Slim Jim. Come on now.
Let's go on back.
I'm making a lot of food
Let's
things
go
because
back to
I want
100,
breakfast.
that'd
You
be
know,
great.
that's me saying I want breakfast. Breakfast. You know what I mean? A little bit of breakfast never hurt. 99%. Okay, come on now. Just slowly teasing me.
Grinding a bit, aren't we?
It's just teasing me at this point. Went from like 99 to 97. I'm like, no. Get your butt back up there. Get your behind back up there. Your big back beluga behind up there. Come on now. Watch me do the outro, and then all of a sudden this thing starts moving.
Probably. Probably.
Well, I mean, I mean, it is time. We got to get going, but you know what I mean. All right, so let's try it. Let's try it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share.
Remember to share.
Because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, it ran up to 102%, just as I said
course.
that.
There you are.
I trounce you. See that?
Ah,
I faked it out.
ah.
103%. All right, look at that. It's trying.
Yes, sir.
It's trying. Look at that.
Okay.
Look at that. I try to do the outro. It goes up to 103.
That's what it does.
Look at this. Come on now. We has to break through that 115, obviously, but you know what? I mean, it's still doing pretty good. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share.
Remember to share.
Because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join is in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different. And the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashoda, the big bucks, I tell you. Yeah. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently chilling out with our beautiful scanner. With the change in percentage points on one end over here. It shows the percentage that the stock is moving up. It shows whether the stock is moving up or down. It shows the time frame in which the scanner was scanning. The stock ticker. It shows the price, the volume, and the float. All that beautiful stuff. It shows all that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we have the newsroom over here, which gives you the title of the article, which you can actually click into. You also get clickable links on the little scanner over here, which give you access to information on the stock of your choosing that we are currently looking at on the scanner. All right, and of course, you get access to the beautiful newsroom, which has links to the articles. It has links to the articles, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a synopsis. Sometimes it's multiple paragraphs. Sometimes it's one paragraph, right? But it shows basically what is in the article, and all you have to do really is just click into it and you get the full article, and it shows the ticker that is affected by said article. And sometimes it's one ticker, sometimes it's multiple tickers. You never know, and you can actually click on those tickers and get information on those tickers. You see how that works, ladies and gentlemen? That looks pretty good, right? Yes. So be sure to check us out on YouTube at Coaching Money, where we do a lot of live streaming. We do a lot of we do a lot of video reviews. We did one last night on PSTV. You can check that out by going onto our YouTube. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe there. You can find us there at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money, where we do the live streaming, we do the videos, and we do the shorts, and you even get some pearls of wisdom from Mama Money. And then, of course, you can check us out on X.com, a.k.a. Twitter, where we do a lot of live streaming as well. We do a lot of live streaming there. We do a lot of stock analysis, all sorts of good stuff. You can find us there at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. You can find us on Twitch, where we do a lot of live streaming at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, where we do lots of stock market analysis there as well. At Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. You even get like notifications for our YouTube and other stuff there as well. And you can find us on TikTok, Tiki Taki, a.k.a. the Tac Tac. The Tac Tac. And, of course, you can find us there at DBL Nicks. At DBL Nicks. And the screen name is at Coaching Money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, that's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. Much love. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, and even better tomorrow. Make a lot of money. I hope all your dreams and aspirations come true. And peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Much love. We'll see you tomorrow.